Good morning, students. It is the first video of the poem A Photograph composed by Shirley Tulson. She has written this poem in order to keep the memory of her mother alive, who really died 12 years ago. This poem tells us about those holidays that she wanted to spend with her family members. There are her cousin sisters as well as uncle who really took the narrator's mother, the poet's mother, to the beach. Here you will find the feelings of pain, though entertaining but full of pains, in such a beautiful blending of the poetic devices in a very presentable manner, which really reminds us about the loveliest one, that is the mother, whose death is so sorrowful, so painful to bear. Shirley Tulson, who lives in Somerset, was drawn into the spell of Celtic Christianity. What Christianity? Celtic Christianity. As she worked on her books dealing with the oldest roots of folklore of Britain and Ireland, and found herself following the routes taken on their journeys by the saints of the early church. Among her writings are the Celtic Alternative 1987 and the Celtic Year 1993. Really, this woman who just spent time in the Somerset had really reached the highest solemnity of life, spending in the religious sanctity that is considered a part of her duty. The poet remembers her mother, who died about 12 years ago. There is a photograph taken when her mother had gone for a sea holiday with her cousins and her uncle. Who are her cousin sisters? Dolly and Betty. Looking at the photograph, she experiences the great loss of her mother. The poem basically talks about how death can silence you and leave you speechless. That is such a cruel, icy hand that spares none. When it comes, it is always successful in its mission. Man becomes weak and feeble, and one cannot resist with it. Summary of the poem. In the introductory lines, the poet looks at the photograph of her mother, which was taken when her mother was 12 years old. She had gone for a sea holiday with her cousins, Betty and Dolly, and while they were paddling, means just walking with feet in the water, her uncle took a photograph of them. Each of the cousins was holding the hands of the poet's mother, who was the eldest among them. All the three of them stood smiling through their hair while the photo was taken. Their hairs were just waving, flirting in the air with the wind, and their photo was taken. Her mother had a sweet face, lovely face, very attractive, as The hair were just waving with the wind that blew at the time. All these happened when, before she was born, the waves washed their feet. As it stood still, years fled past since then, and her mother grew up into an adult. They all underwent changes while the sea stood still. After about 20 or 30 years, the poet's mother would look at the photograph, photograph, laughing nostalgically and remembering the past. She would appreciate the dress worn by her cousins Betty and Dolly. The sea holiday belonged to the past of her mother, and the poet still remembers how her mother would laugh looking at the photograph that she had. But now, as she is destined by fate, the mother has been dead for the past few years, that is 12 years past, and out of all these circumstances, there is nothing else left to say. The matter is closed, and silence has really sealed its fate. So it says that what is the importance of photograph in one's life, this very idea is just introduced in this poem. In this way, this poem describes about the loss of the poet's mother, as well as it tells us how it really grieved her, pained her. Thank you, children. Thank you for listening and watching this very video. I hope that if you watch this video, you can rewrite the summary of the poem very nicely without much difficulty. Thank you.